Welcome to our Research and Scholarship MedBit series, produced by the Office of Faculty Development. In this video, we will discuss an overview of selecting a study design, an essential guide for medical researchers. In research, the choice of study design is pivotal. A well-chosen design ensures that data can be properly collected, analyzed, and interpreted. Conversely, a poorly chosen design may lead to unusable data. The design shapes how data are collected and dictates the analytical approach. Broadly, study designs fall into three different categories: observational, experimental, and synthesizing studies. Observational studies involve observing subjects without manipulating the study environment. Let's break down the four categories of observational studies. First, we have cohort studies. These track a group of individuals with certain characteristics over time to assess the incidence, causes, and prognosis of diseases. They offer a chronological perspective, allowing for the assessment of casualty and multiple outcomes. However, they require large sample sizes and are time-consuming and costly. They also face challenges like selection bias and loss to follow-up. Case control studies compare individuals with a specific condition, or cases, to those without it, controls. They are efficient for studying rare outcomes and require fewer subjects, making them quicker and less expensive. Yet, they are prone to recall bias, and selecting an appropriate control group can be challenging. Thirdly, we have cross-sectional studies. These provide a snapshot of a population at a single time point. They're quick, inexpensive, and useful for generating hypotheses and studying multiple outcomes and exposures. However, they can't measure incidence, establish cause-effect relationships, or study rare diseases effectively. Lastly, we have case reports and case series. These involve detailed reports of a single case or a small group of cases. They're excellent for documenting unusual or new diseases or treatments, but lack a control group, making it hard to generalize findings. Experimental studies involve intervention and observing its effects. Types include uncontrolled and controlled trials. Uncontrolled trials are test interventions without a control group. They are faster and less expensive, but provide less informative data and are perceived as lower quality. Controlled trials include non-randomized trials, where participants are assigned to groups in a non-random fashion, and randomized trials, where participants are randomly assigned to groups. Randomized trials are the gold standard due to their ability to minimize bias, but they are costly and time-consuming. Synthesizing studies integrate findings from multiple studies. These include systematic reviews and meta-analyses. Systematic reviews thoroughly collect and synthesize evidence from prior research to make informed conclusions about a specific question. They follow a structured approach, like PRISMA, to ensure transparency and completeness. Meta-analysis is a statistical technique used within systematic reviews to combine numerical data from multiple studies, providing a single estimate of an intervention's effect or the association between exposure and outcome. After selecting a research question and study design, the next critical step is to assess the power of your study, ensuring it has sufficient size to detect the effects or associations of interest. Stay tuned for the next MedBit on ways to calculate power. Remember, the choice of study design is not just a procedural formality. It's a foundational decision that shapes the entire research process, from data collection to the final conclusions you draw. Choose wisely, and your research will not only stand on solid ground, but also pave the way for meaningful discoveries in the world of science. Thank you for watching this video. For additional guidance or questions on how to select your study design, please reach out to the Office of Faculty Development.